Wow. Okay. Well, could be interesting.
Can you see me in full on there?
I can, but I have to do this ever so slightly.
Okay.
And then...
It's recording, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good morning, Sir Kirk Prozik from the land of Langdale.
Good morning. How are things going, Peter?
Things in the kingdom here are befitting the princess's request.
Right on.
And
well, the princess obviously asked for cloud and rain today.
That's right. She awaits your arrival and the sunshine that comes with it.
Well, I'll be there for that. Absolutely.
Most excellent.
Yeah.
So today's question is, from a dimensional perspective, we are wondering, what is a man?
What is a man? You know what? I'm gonna decline that question, believe it or not, actually, because I certainly don't want to. I don't have confidence in myself to speak on what true manhood is exactly at this stage in my life. So,
Alright.
I've been criticized by women. Okay, you hit a touchy subject. So,
Okay.
let's put it that way.
Okay.
That's actually the first question. I'm not shy to answer any question.
Morning, guys.
That's one that might, because yeah.
Okay, no, that's fair. So we'll leave the dwarf questions aside also on that note.
Well, no, I'll add, what makes a dwarf? Okay, well, that's short people.
That could be a controversial topic, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sensitivity in this world
We
nowadays.
could have dwarf viewers, you never know.
Right.
Which, they're all welcome. They're all
welcome.
But,
Yes. That's right.
it's worthy of a joke, though, at the same time, right?
Well, we all got to, at the end of the day, be able to, laugh at each other and laugh with each other.
Yeah.
See the humor in things. That is still quite something. Okay, well, how about we go to the other question that I had. So, I want you to imagine for a moment that you have just won $18 million.
Okay.
Raining.
And I want you to speculate on what would you do with this windfall?
Well, for one, the first thing I would do was establish myself with the concept of enough, so that I didn't become, greedy and, constantly out playing the game, trying to get more and more and more. I would well establish the concept of enough once the excitement period kind of somewhat went down, I guess. And then I would dedicate all of it to being, for one, stable, in the sense where I would make sure I never go broke. I wouldn't buy a bunch of stuff that would make me go broke again. I would make sure I was stable that way. And I would help family and friends out and stuff like that. I mean, everybody says that. I would put a limit on it because people need to work for themselves, but I would definitely help people out. And I would put all the rest of it towards developing my filmmaking equipment and film production that I'm working on, and all those sorts of things. That's what I would do.
Okay. I actually have made a great discovery here.
Okay.
But I need a tripod. But I think I've figured something incredible out in this experimentation.
I'm just letting, by the way, for the people viewing on YouTube, I'm just letting my camera roll and capture while we're kind of going through a process here, and Peter's directing in the background. So
and we've made a great discovery.
And we've made a great discovery, apparently.
Truly,
so,
we have. We absolutely have. Okay, so we have another question from our studio audience.
Okay.
Mademoiselle Woods,
Yes.
would you care to step near the microphone and ask the next question?
Okay, so Kirk, you may or may not know, but it is high tortoise season in the States, down in Arizona, Florida. So there are more tortoises that are being found on the roadways that need help.
Okay.
Okay, so it has to do with planetary placements, and there's help coming from the universe
Okay.
so that people will stop and help them across, right? So that they live instead of being hit by a car.
Right.
So if you were to help this tortoise across,
Mm-hmm.
which way would you send him? Would you send him the way he was going, or would you turn him around and send him back?
Well, instinctively, I would take him to the other side where he was going, because, obviously he was meaning to go that way, for whatever they do, right? But perhaps it might actually be wiser to swim sideways in thought, per se, and take him back, because, maybe there's a... maybe it would just work out better due to the way the traffic's going, or maybe there's more hazards on the other side of the road that he was going towards, and maybe he would be tuckered out at that point, that he was safe on the side that he originally started at, and he would just kind of chill around there, even though they're pretty chill animals in general. But if he was trying to get somewhere, maybe all the the harassment of getting picked up and all of that would kind of tucker him out enough that he would just stay at the one area, right? Yeah.
The general consensus is you keep them going in the way they were going, or they'll get lost.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
In short terms, I guess, yeah.
But should you turn him around and send him back, he would be safer than if he was in the middle of the road, right?
Yeah, well, either on either side of the road, he would be safer than on the road. But I guess what I'm explaining is, instinctively, I would be like, oh, you're going that way, I'm going to help you go that way.
Yeah.
But maybe it might actually be a little wiser to be like, no, maybe it's unsafe over that way, I'm going to bring you back over this way. The ways in which the world works, I guess, right?
Or the waves.
The waves, yes, there we go. Cool, I like that question, actually.
We're going to just take 1 second here and try this process again to get the right height. Okay, so our next question, very, very close, very close. Our next question is...
That one's still going, by the way?
That one, it looks like it's still going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's actually... There we go.
Nice.
There we go. And now we can press record. So you wake up one morning and you discover that you're living in a world populated by clones of yourself.
Okay.
What would that world look like?
Well, for one, I would prefer it if there was both male and female clones of myself, and the first thing I would do was try and hook up with one of the female clones of myself, just to see what that would be like. I mean, I'm sure it would be great, right? Like, I know myself, right? So
Know thyself.
yeah. And other than that, it would be kind of spooky, actually, at the end of the day. But I guess the sex would be great.
You would all know each other's needs.
That's if there were female versions too. If it was
Right.
all male versions, I'd probably just like go insane and try and get out of there.
Right. Right. Okay.
Right.
All right. That's good. CJ.
Okay, so if you were a color in a prism,
Okay.
what color would that be and why?
You know what? My favorite color is blue. And it seems to make me feel fresh. It seems to be very healing. So if I would like to be that color and just sort of like be surrounded by blue, I guess. It tends to make me feel content, I guess, right? So
Well, I'll tell you, blue is the color of communication.
okay.
So it makes much sense that you do what you do.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I did not know that actually. Okay. Cool. I guess that's why some things that, like a lot of printing on advertisements and stuff like that is blue, right? Perhaps that's
Subliminal.
subliminal,
right? It's all the
yeah.
Subliminal. Yeah. Yeah.
The next question, sent in from one of our Instagram users,
Is that for real, or is that...
is what are you currently worried about?
What am I currently worried about? A whole bunch of things. I'll leave it at that. A whole bunch of things. But if I were to pick one for today, I'm worried about getting my routine more organized. I'm a person of routine, eh? I like routine, and I'm trying to get it organized because it's pretty well, but there's parts of it that could be touched up better in order for it to go in a better flow. That's not like an obsessive routine, it's just like a general flow of the day, right? But there's like those few chapters that it could use some improving, so that's very personal. That's not like as far as the world goes, what isn't there to be worried about now, really, right?
Right.
You could be here for 1,000,000 years and be worried about things every single day, right? So
Fair.
yeah.
I was wondering, where do you get your news from?
I don't watch the news. I don't watch news media. Most of my news I get from word of mouth. As far as like current events, I get from word of mouth, which I think is better than buying into the news programs. I read a lot. I watch a lot of documentaries, and that's asides like media stuff. I watch a lot of like real documentaries and stuff like that. And then of course there's always good old, I'm on a YouTube channel, there's always good old YouTube where there's somebody that's just into something in the world giving their take on it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take the time to listen to this person's opinion on whatever it may be, and I try to go about it that way rather than the mainstream news media.
So you're mentioning that you get information from YouTube.
Well, that's a controversial thing to say, but it's not that I buy into it completely 100%.
Right.
And here I am on YouTube saying that, but
Right.
I would still rather that than like global news or like
Right.
whatever else there is.
My question, I guess, to that was, are you concerned with the level of censorship that YouTube has been displaying over these past few years?
You know what? I actually think that it's overrated how much censorship is on there. It's not really... For certain channels that are being sponsored by certain companies and that there's more, which there's always a company that's okay with things that people are doing, that they're not going to be too picky about it. But as far as just your average person that wants to put a video out there for some spiritual reason besides monetary gain, and that there's not a lot of censorship, really. From what I've seen, anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if you go on there and you just start, going hitting right hard on something that, which I don't think it's just YouTube. I think stuff that you'd probably get shut down even if you were to start saying in the streets. Unfortunately, nowadays there's that freedom of speech that's kind of being slowly but surely taken away. But I don't think YouTube is a huge thing that is playing into it as much as or more than anything else out there, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
My next question is, in your intergalactic travels, have you discovered chocolate on any other planet?
No, I have not. I said last time, the space stuff I just say no to because I'm not into space.
What about a Mars bar?
A Mars bar? Yeah, I like a Mars bar. I like a Mars bar. They're good. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do we have another from our member or our studio audience?
Have you heard Elon Musk has purchased Twitter?
No, I don't follow the stories on Elon Musk.
Oh, he purchased it for freedom of speech.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
interesting. Cool.
So I just wondered how you felt on that.
Well, that's
Yeah,
a
you know.
very good thing. I mean, he's a hot topic these days, right? But I don't... I'm not really interested in all of the technology science stuff that he does, so I just kind of hear a couple of things from people and I'm like, yeah, whatever, like he'll do what he does, I guess, right? Like, good for him. Yeah.
We're just going to take a pause on this particular segment and we'll be right back after these messages, I guess.
That's on Peter's program, not mine. We're just going to keep it going as normal, but we are going to shut down and then we'll resume in a few minutes. Okay, round 2.
Right, yeah, we got to get that clapping thing going, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're back, and this is the animal section, so this might be not suitable for viewers of all ages, but we'll see where Kirk takes these. So, would you say that you're a patriotic individual, Kirk?
Patriotic to lifestyle, yes, 100%. Patriotic to countries and cultures and all that kind of stuff, not so much. Maybe a little bit, but not so much.
Well, we have our animal is the Canadian animal is the beaver. So we're wondering if you could tell us more about beavers and how you feel about that being our symbolic animal here in Canada.
I wouldn't call it, I wouldn't say that I'm patriotic about the beaver, but the beaver is a very cool animal. I've seen quite a few in my life actually, and I've never had the privilege to get one on camera for the channel or anything, which I would love to one day. But I've swam with them actually, believe it or not, before down in Howe Sound. There's a river that they go to quite often, and in the summertime I've been swimming in that river, and they've been coming around. Like, you got to keep their distance or they'll smash you with their tail, but if you just kind of stay 10 feet away and just kind of swim around and watch them, they're very cool creatures actually. I'd be more patriotic, well, and I love bears too, but as far as animals go, British Columbia's, in Canada in general, but mainly in British Columbia's large cat, the cougar or the mountain lion, the puma, however you want to word it, I find is a very fascinating animal, and I think it's very cool and very unique that we have a large cat species in Canada, particularly British Columbia, because when you think of a large cat, you generally think of like Africa with the lions and India with the tigers and all that kind of stuff, right? And
your pet horse is.
Am I supposed to interact with this in some way?
Well, your pet horse is coming to say hello, and
all right.
I know you're such an animal lover that.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, mostly if you bring him down to your eye level.
Like this? Like I'm...
Oh, that's beautiful. That's actually quite loving. That could not be more perfect. So this is Jacob, the flying horse. Not a lot of people actually have had the opportunity to see Jacob on camera before. But we're just wondering, if you'd like to share sort of when you and Jacob first came together.
About 3 seconds ago, I didn't even realize it was there until you started waving it around, distracting me from my question, and then placing it on. But no, it's cool. I love horses, and this is a cool thing. So,
would you say that those were the most special 3 seconds of your life?
One of them, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this made by a local artist or something, or is this?
I believe it is, and I can't actually tell you who the artist is right now.
Okay.
I haven't been given that information just at this point in time, but you guys really truly seem to have an amazing, intimate connection. And
well, you know what? It looks like it's got some wear to it. Like it's been used quite a bit, and it's at this gallery. It makes me wonder, and you don't know who the artist is. It isn't like up for sale or anything. It almost makes me wonder if this was like Joe's childhood stuffy kind of a thing that he used to like hang out with, and he's bringing it around because he's wants it,
comfort. So moving on, we're going to move into the technology part of things. And what invention do you think this world is needing that would just make it a better place as far as a starter question on a technology?
You know what I think is a invention that I thought of not long ago is a remote control car or a remote control truck or whatever for kids, right? But made for indoors, like maybe like soft tires or like really bouncy or something, so it doesn't like bang stuff up on the wall when it hits into a wall or furniture or art, whatever. Like some sort of technology that can do that, so it's like specifically designed for inside. And discreetly, the kid doesn't even have to know it's there, but underneath it, have a vacuum for the carpet, and just like maybe like it comes with like a secret little key that just the parents have that they could unlock and dust it out and change the bag or whatever, but the kids, you know, playing around with the remote control vehicle, driving it around the house, and they don't even realize that they're vacuuming their own mess up in the carpet at the same time.
So it'll be a very helpful thing for the parents and
Yeah.
improve. That's very thoughtful.
Yeah.
If you had an opportunity to go to the center of the Earth, what tools do you think would be necessary that you'd have to bring on that journey?
Food and liquor.
That's fair. That's fair. We're equipping your shuttle right now. And yes. So let's see here. We're coming to the rapid fire section of these questions, and we're going to just ask you yes or no questions for the next 38 hours.
38 hours. So just yes or no?
Yes or
That's
no.
it. No elaborations.
That's
just
right.
yes or no. Okay.
How long have you been a human?
26 years.
No, that's yes or no.
No. But this isn't. How do I say yes or no to that?
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
or no.
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
How do you feel about that?
Yes.
Are you presently agreeing with me for agreeing's sake?
No.
And that wraps up this segment, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for joining us on this fun-filled edition of Life at the Beach, and we hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much, Peter. And for the viewers on YouTube, okay, so if you're wondering about these, Peter has his own projects that he uses these interviews for, and I'm always baffled at the questions that he says, but like I said in the last video, I believe in his artistic abilities enough to know that he'll put something really fun together with them. But I just like to have my camera set up and just capture them and just put this on YouTube at the same time. So that's what these are all about lately, in case you're wondering. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please come back for more. Oh.